Hello, this is Allie with the Perception Trainers, author of The Perception Diet, and today I have another video for you on how to find your purpose. So, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that literally my very first video was about aligning with your life purpose. And it's cool to see that, in the last kind of two and some years that I've been doing these videos, that my kind of take on these things have changed. And I think that that's what's so beautiful about consciousness expansion, is that we're always going to be learning and growing and changing and shifting and coming at these things from new perspectives and new ways of seeing things. And this is truly how life works, right? We do not learn in a straight line, right? We learn in a spiral. We are always going to be kind of going over the same ground, going over the same material over and over and over again from a new vantage point every time to get new information. So I am excited to talk about purpose again in this video and to kind of expand upon what we talked about 2 years ago and beyond. Okay, so here is the super annoying thing that I'm going to say about your purpose and your passion in this life, okay? And that is this, that truly, in more of the ultimate sense of the word, okay? Your purpose, the purpose of your life is every moment of your life, okay? So many of us think of purpose as being like a job, or what we're here to do, or what we're here to provide, or what we're here to be in the world. And I believe that we can look at that and say that that is a part of our purpose, right? The things that we do and the things that we are and the things that we say and the things that we, experience in our day-to-day life, these are absolutely a part of the purpose we had for ourselves, stepping down into a human body, coming into a human life. But ultimately speaking, it is the sum total of all of your experiences and the information that your soul gets from being an individual perspective in this unified universe that is the purpose of your life, okay? That you are expanding consciousness. You are expanding God. You are providing information for all that exists by existing as a singular focused consciousness in this reality, having your experience. And that, so in a sense, what I'm saying is that you are living your purpose already, okay? That you, in the ultimate sense, in the ultimate truth, you can't miss your purpose, because if you have experience, if you have perspective, if you have a literally an experience here on the planet, you have served your purpose, right? You have expanded consciousness. You have lived out one of the gabillion potentialities that exist as existence, and therefore you have informed consciousness, okay? So ultimately speaking, you are living your purpose already, just by the fact that you are here and that you are doing this and you are having an experience. You're watching this video, this is your purpose right now, right? And so to allow that to kind of sink in, right? That there is no missing your purpose, okay? And that you can't get it wrong, because every experience counts, and every perspective counts, and everything that you've ever done and everything that you've ever gone through and every way that you've ever perceived anything has added to consciousness, okay? So that's the first thing. But now I understand that people really want to live a life where they feel like they have aligned with who they truly are, okay? And this is kind of the other side of looking at purpose that we can take, right? Which is to say that you as an individual consciousness, you as an individual fractal of God, you as an individual perspective that is having your individual life, has a specific kind of lifestyle and a specific job or a specific service or a specific something that aligns with the expression that you intended to express, okay? So, like I said, you can totally ignore who you truly are and what is really true for you and all that stuff, and still live a purposeful life in the sense that you are still gathering information, you are still having a perspective, you are still having an experience. That being said, most of us, or all of us, okay, due to the fact that we are individuals and that we are an individual fractal of God having this, unique experience that will never ever be ever again, came with a kind of blueprint or plan for what we wanted to express, okay? And that is where I would say that is someone's life purpose, is what they came here to express, right? The being that they are, that they came here to express. And so what I would say is kind of the truth about your purpose in the sense of what you're here to do, okay, is that your purpose is simply to discover who you are, right? Discover all the parts about you that exist and express that openly and fully. And so this is why I harp on the self-love message so much, right? Because until you come to a place where you fully love and accept yourself, you're not going to be able to express yourself, right? Because when we're judging ourselves and when we think that we're wrong and when we think that we're bad and we think there's something wrong with us, when we think that there's no possible way that we can be the person that we are, we're not going to express. And then that is where our feeling of missing the boat comes from, right? When we are not allowing ourselves to express the being that we truly are, we're going to feel unsatisfied in our lives, all right? And so because of this, right, this is why most of us struggle with this purpose idea, is that we really think like, no, it's not just to have whatever random experience and I can't do it wrong, because there is still this feeling inside of me that there's something that I should be doing or something that I should be having or something that I should be experiencing that I'm not. And I feel unsatisfied and I feel discomfort and I feel like there's a pull towards something, or like there's a flatness in what I'm doing, and I want to be able to step into the thing that's going to make me feel fulfilled, that's going to make me feel alive, that's going to make me feel joyful, that's going to make me feel expanded. And I'm saying yes, absolutely, okay? Both of these two things are true, right? So how do we find our purpose? And how do we live in alignment with it so that we can feel these feelings of joy and ecstasy and all this stuff? So the first thing that I would say is do your self-love work, okay? So every single one of us stepped down into a human experience where we were taught that who we are is not okay, all right? Every single one of us. That is part and parcel, a part of this journey. And so we all need to kind of, as a collective, get over the fact that, or, get over the idea that that was wrong, okay? That being rejected and being told that we can't be who we are and being told that who we are is not okay and da-da-da-da-da, like that was some mistake. It wasn't, okay? Part of your purpose, all right? So let's really take this in, okay? Part of your purpose was to completely forget who you are, was to completely reject who you are, was to completely be rejected for who you are, and to choose to come back to it and express it anyways. All right? That is part of your purpose. We talked about this in the sickness video, right? We all took on dense vibration. We all took on false beliefs. We all took on false identities for a reason. We did it because we were here to expand from that, okay? It is in living that contrast, living out of alignment with who we are as source, like a specific source frequency, living in a way where we feel stifled and unsatisfied, like we're rejecting ourselves and we're hating ourselves and we're turning in on ourselves and we're sabotaging ourselves and doing all of these things, was a part of the plan, okay? We needed to have that contrasting experience in order to serve the moving towards the actual expression and love and acceptance of who you are, the coming back to who you are, right? Because it is that round journey that really teaches you who you are, that fully solidifies in the universe and inside yourself what you as your specific fractal of God is, okay? So it is by completely losing touch and fully rejecting and hating it and living in a way that doesn't serve it at all, and going and feeling all these terrible feelings, and coming back to the starting place of like, oh, this is who I've always been, and I'm just going to express that, right? It seems like a journey that goes nowhere, but truly it is this circular learning that enables us to expand the way that we came here to expand, okay? So understand that. It is not a mistake that you have been rejecting yourself. It is not a mistake that you have lost yourself. It is not a mistake that you have forgotten who you are. It is not a mistake that you think you know who you are, but you feel like you can't be that person. It's not a mistake that your parents rejected you. It's not a mistake that your teachers rejected you. It's not a mistake that your friends rejected you. It's not a mistake that society rejected you. None of that is a mistake, okay? Because each one of us is here to take responsibility for ourselves, to fully own who we are and express it, and to love ourselves deeply enough that we don't need the love and the approval of everyone around us in order to live as we truly are. All right? It is understanding that by stepping into who you truly are and expressing that, whether that, is completely shit disturbing, like we talked about in the last Lightworker video, right? Understanding that it probably will be, right? That you came here to live in truth, and when you live in truth, you're going to disturb the things that are not in alignment with truth. All right? And people aren't going to like that a lot of the time. And that is a part of your journey, right? Is learning to love yourself even when other people are being upset by the fact that you're disturbing the reality, right? And so that's the first key, is that in order to step into your purpose, you're going to have to be okay with the fact that you're going to disturb the reality, all right? And that you came here to do this. So it was not a mistake that you rejected yourself. It was not a mistake that other people rejected you. It was not a mistake that other people said, nope, this is how the reality functions and you have to fit into it, and if you don't, we are all going to stop loving you, right? We needed to have that experience, right? So to learn that first you're going to disturb the reality by being who you are. You're going to bother them, right? And that's okay. And unless and until you start to understand that that is how it's going to work, right? You're never going to fully step into your purpose, right? Because so long as you're feeling like I'm going to step into my purpose only so long as it doesn't disturb the people around me, right? Then you're going to be stuck, right? And you're going to be dissatisfied, and you're going to be in a place where you feel unfulfilled. Because, like I said, we live in a reality right now where so much of the systems and the structures and the things that exist are out of alignment with the truth. And that by you stepping into alignment with your truth, you are stepping into alignment with ultimate truth, and that flies in the face of people who are living out of alignment with the truth, right? And because we are all connected, whether we want to believe it or not, your stepping into your truth causes a frequency disturbance in everyone who's not living their truth, right? So, and the people who aren't ready to step into their truth, and the people that don't want to step into their truth, and the people that want to continue on with the way that things are going to be disturbed by you. And they're going to say, no, stop, go back, right? You are causing a disturbance in what we've all decided is the reality, and by you living in a different way, or you expressing in a different way, or you saying, okay, hey, you guys can all live in a, poverty mentality, but I'm going to come over here and live in abundance mentality, you ruin the whole game for them, right? All the stories and everything that they've invented around why we all have to live in poverty and why it's so hard and blah, 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 you wreck the story, you wreck the game. And to understand that that's what you're going to do. That simply by stepping into who you truly are, you are going to be disturbing shit. And so that is the first step, is that you're going to have to understand that that's how it's going to work, right? The second most important vital characteristic or vital thing that you need in order to step into your purpose is to develop self-love. And I think I said that already, but truly, to come from a place where you say, even if everyone in the entire world rejects me, I'm going to love me anyways, right? That literally, if I come out being who I truly am, and everyone in my circle is like, you are so a freak, you are completely out of touch with reality, there's something wrong with you, you need to go to a hospital or whatever, that you say, yeah, okay, that's fine, right? I'm gonna be okay with it. And so I'm not saying hey, just turn around today and just be okay with everyone hating you. What I'm saying is, give yourself the opportunity to go on that journey, okay? Give yourself the opportunity to start to just slowly step out and express who you are, get rejected, and practice loving yourself and supporting yourself and being that positive voice that you know that you need, rather than allowing yourself to crumble under the criticism. Okay? Because this is where you need to understand that you have power that you are probably just not acknowledging that you have. Right? You do not have to feel like shit about yourself and agree with everyone when they tell you that you're wrong and bad and stupid and stop doing that. Right? It is a complete lie that you have to feel bad about yourself when everyone around you is disagreeing with the way that you are. Right? You have the power to say, everyone can think that I'm a freak, and if I feel like I'm in alignment with myself, it's my life, and I'm going to do it anyways, and I'm going to accept myself, even when other people don't. And this is the biggest key, okay? If you keep waiting for everyone to accept you, you're never going to get there. You have to learn to accept yourself step by step, right? You have to learn how to take someone's criticism and turn it into self-love in order to step into your purpose, all right? This is a part of your responsibility here. You need to learn to love the parts that everyone else has rejected. That is your job. And it's not their job to love the parts that they have rejected. It is your job to love the parts that they have rejected, and then in turn, you have rejected, okay? And then after that, right? After you kind of get used to this idea that you're gonna disturb shit, that people are gonna reject you, and you're gonna just, love slowly and surely, step by step, rather than falling into self-criticism, like every other time, right? Someone criticizes you, and you're like, oh God, they must be right, right? You're gonna say, no. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to check in. Does this feel authentic? Yes, it does. I'm going to love this part of me, even though everyone else thinks it's stupid. And then you start to say, okay, what am I interested in? Okay? And this is where the big crux of the matter is. Don't try and figure out your ultimate peak moment life experience purpose. Okay? Especially if you have been very, very deeply in self-rejection and you really are lost and you don't know who you are and what you want. The biggest key is to simply say, okay, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I'm doing, right? I've buried a lot of myself because of all of this rejection. And for me to just step into who I truly am, I'm not ready to love that part of me yet. I'm not ready to love myself that radically. I'm not ready to fully own who I am yet, right? Because I still have all of these things that say that if someone else is mad at me or someone else doesn't like it or I'm disturbing the reality too much, that I have to reject myself, right? So this is going to be a step-by-step process. So what you're going to do is you're going to start where you are right now. And you're just going to say, okay, what am I interested in? And it might be like coloring in a coloring book, or going to a pottery class, or watching this specific thing on YouTube, or learning about this, or reading this book, or whatever. And what you need to do is make it practical for you in your life right now. Okay, so don't say I'm interested in writing, so now I have to sign up for this 45-week course that's $8,000 and to become no. If that's not practical, right? If that's not something the next most logical step for you in your life right now, that's not the step for you. Okay, so you say I'm interested in writing. So how do I boil that down to something that fits into the life that I actually have right now? So that's probably going to look like getting a journal and setting aside time for 10 or 15 minutes a day to just write in your journal. Okay? Don't look big picture. Think, what am I interested in right now, and how can I fit that into my life right now? And then let go of the result of that. Okay? This is the biggest key. Do not attach any expectation to any of the interests that you follow. Don't say, I'm interested in writing, so obviously I'm going to be a writer, and now I have to figure out how I'm going to write a book. No. Okay? You might be interested in writing because it's going to lead you to a blog that leads you to this thing about this other thing, and then it leads you to a thing about this thing, and and then all of a sudden you're off being a horseback rider. Right? And it started because you started writing. And that's what I'm going to say, is that your purpose is going to unfold in a way that you don't even conceptualize right now. Right? You have to be willing to just take the little steps. Follow the little nudges. Follow the little things that you're interested in. Have no expectation and allow it to unfold, right? And then, so you're just going to love the one that everyone's rejecting every time you take a step out, right? You're going to take a step out. There's going to be a disturbance. You're going to love that. It's going to lead to something new. You're going to take a step out. There's going to be a disturbance. You're going to love that. It's going to lead to something new. And that is how you will find your purpose. All right? So, take it one step at a time. Make it practical for your life right now. Don't try and figure the whole thing out and learn that along the way you're going to have to love all these rejected parts of yourself, and then over time you're going to look back and be like, whoa, holy shit, I'm living my purpose. I feel so satisfied, right? And I don't care what anyone thinks of me. All right? So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. Like, subscribe, share, join us in Patreon, do all that fun stuff, and I will see you in the next video.